All right, welcome, guys. Welcome to today's podcast episode. This one's going to be a little bit of a different one. This is going to be a special one because not only do I have one of our head coaches and one of my best homies, Carson, in the house. We're actually doing a combined podcast. We both have different podcast episodes. So mine is called I Am Undeniable Podcast. Carson, what's the name of your podcast?
The name of my podcast is the Peace, Love, and Protein Podcast.
Mm-hmm. And what we're actually going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about the ultimate fat loss program. So this is for you if you are a busy professional. Now, what is a busy professional? You're someone that's career driven. Maybe you own a business. Maybe you're someone that has a family and has kids. This is for you if you're 30 and up. And what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about the ultimate fat loss program to help you lose anywhere from 10 to 30 pounds or more of body fat. And we're going to be raw. We're going to be honest. We're going to talk some shit. All right. It's going to be good, man. So, Carson, why don't you tell us how's your day going? He currently lives in Mexico. So
yeah. So day's good. I mean, we just got home on Friday from actually being a part of our Ultimate Fat Loss program. We're serving a client as part of our VIP exclusive program that we run. So day's been going pretty well, just getting back in the flow of things. Definitely took the weekend off, chilling a little bit, but got up, had coffee, enjoyed the beautiful weather. For all my Canadians out there, it's already 33 degrees and it's only 11 a.m. here. So it is freaking hot. It is good. My air conditioners are running, all that kind of fun jazz. I'm just excited to talk a little bit more about really what we offer, because I feel like a lot of people have a very misconstrued idea of what fat loss is. I think people go about it in the wrong way. And I think people chase instant gratification far too quickly in a program without understanding what really needs to be different and what needs to change and who they need to become to be successful. And a lot of busy professionals that are career-driven people just think this can be a very easy adjustment into their lifestyle when the truth of it is it's a complete life rewrite to be truly successful at what it is.
Yeah. And you're totally right. And like one of the reasons why we're actually doing this is we were getting tons and tons of people reaching out to us about one-on-one coaching. What does that look like? What it's about? And we're going to break things down for you. Now, we do things significantly different than a lot of coaches out there.
Very much so.
Yeah, very different. And what I mean by that is our system actually works. Our system is guaranteed to get you results. If you follow it from top to bottom, you will see it. So how does it start? Well, I think like where our program really differs from people is we're not here to sell you. All right. Yeah. We're not here to convince you to get into something that you do not want to do. Right. I think that's really important. So when we get people reaching out to us, one of the things that we tell people is like, look, this is an interview process.
Yeah.
Right? This is not like here's like the cheapest program on the market, because we're not the cheapest program. We are a premium program.
Yeah. And there's so much behind that too, right? A lot of people I think are just looking for that quick fix, that cheap program. And it's hard. We have to say this to a lot of people in the interview process. Like if you're looking for a cheap program, you're gonna get cheap results.
Yeah.
And they don't understand like the in-depth that we work with them, and then how much of a mindset change we work on, and all the little things that we do, not just a diet plan and workout plan. Like there's so much more that goes into us that makes us a premium program. And the reason that I believe we succeed so much is not because we don't just give you a workout program and a diet plan and say, go. We actually work with you one-on-one. And so we really want to make sure that if you want to change, because when Alex and our team and us work together in helping you, we go all in on you. Mm-hmm. We give you everything that we possibly can to make sure you're successful, because I think we both understand how much of a struggle it is to change, how difficult it is to change. And we both had our own fitness journeys, but different ones in our own ways that have taught us like what really goes into not only creating that 20-pound drop, that 30-pound drop, but also how to keep that off. And I think that's what sets us so much apart from all the other programs out there, is how in-depth and how much we work with you to see you succeed.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that comes from our legit experience, right? We're not like online coaches. We didn't start there. We started off in gyms, working with actual people one-on-one. And a lot of people that we worked with were like general population, like a lot of you guys, right? Yeah. We know how to take a beginner, how to great and allow them to accomplish success. Like Patty's here. She said our program works 100%, but I think it works because of our experience.
Yeah.
Like just between the two of us, we probably have over 40 years of experience easily.
Oh,
just
easily.
between the two of us when it comes down to coaching people. And I think that makes such a big difference because in my opinion, to be a very good coach, especially a good coach online, you need to have that in-person experience because like you don't know, like as an example, right? Let's say we're coaching someone in their 40s, they're 50 pounds overweight, they're working a job, they have kids, they got all these other things going on. You haven't moved in years, right? Where you could find another coach online who doesn't have that same experience. They'll tell you to work out 5 days a week, do 10,000 steps, put the barbell back on your back. All of a sudden you hit you hurt your lower back. You do some sort of extreme dieting, and then it's your fault that you cannot follow the plan.
And it's because most of these coaches online come from, they did a bodybuilding show, they got lean once, they now think they know everything when it comes down to coaching. Coaching is a bracket in its own. I no longer identify myself as a trainer. I'm an online weight loss coach because what that is, I'm not just providing you and I'm not just watching your workouts and I'm not just counting your reps. I'm actually understanding where you struggle, what's going on. And I think that comes, like you said, it comes down to the experience, that in-person training. Because when we were in-person trainers, you saw everyone from 50, 100 pound overweight people, 200 pound overweight people, all the way down to someone just looking to lose 10 pounds to show their abs. We worked with all different age groups, both men and women at different busyness of lifestyles. And without having that experience, you don't know where someone is at. Mm-hmm. And one of the best things I think that really sets us apart is when you join our program, the reason we have such an in-depth interview-based process is I need to know where you're at. I need to know where your current struggles are. And if you're going to sit there and say, well, I don't know what to eat. Well, there's so much more than just not knowing what to eat. You don't know how to work out. Well, there's so much more than just not knowing how to work out. How are you disciplined to do your steps, let alone the number of them? Are you supported enough to have the confidence to say someone like, hey, like, that's okay. Like, this is normal. Because when everyone begins a journey, there's so many little like things that you just don't know. I feel it here. Should I feel it here? I struggle with nutrition. I overeat and I'm emotional. I stress eat. What do I do? And so many of these cheap programs don't ever work in depth with you and actually help you overcome that. I've said this so many times, Alex, like this journey is a mental journey. It is a habit change. It is a lifestyle, because anyone who's probably struggled to lose weight, they've probably lost weight and gained it back because they did something like a ketogenic diet. They did a 30-day fix or a 90-day program or whatever it was that was super low calories, meal plan driven, workout plan given for you and said, go. And maybe you injured yourself. Maybe you hurt yourself. Maybe you fucked up on your diet and didn't know what to do to overcome it. Maybe you just joined the program and quit because there was no support. And I think that's where a big misconception of what online coaching for weight loss really is. And so when people start to ask, like, what is the price of our program or this or that? It's like, we don't know, because we don't know what you need. And that's why we investigate so much to make sure that when you join our program, you get results. And not just results in our program, but you know what to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and I think it brings us a key concept, right? It's like you get someone new, they're starting off at a certain place, and the whole goal is to create a program that you can stick to, right? If you can't stick to it, there's absolutely no point. And I want people to understand that you will have to work hard. You will have to make some personal changes, but you don't need to go from like 0 to hero. Right? You don't need to go from here to all of a sudden making hundreds and hundreds of different changes, completely flipping your lifestyle around. You can start at the bottom and get phenomenal results. And so over time, as like Carson said, as we coach you, as we understand you, as we build these habits, then we can start stacking onto them. Because I want you guys to really picture this. A lot of our clients in the very beginning didn't know what was possible. Didn't know how simple the process can be, and didn't realize how they can actually enjoy their life without restriction and get crazy results. And we base everything on the latest science, right? It's not like, we both have competed in shows. We both have done our own, fitness journey, all of that stuff. You're not us.
No.
Well, and we know, we understand that. You're not us. We've been doing this for a long time. But our goal is to give you the full capability to know that you can push yourself and challenge yourself at a greater length. And that can carry over into other aspects. We've had so many clients now chasing their dreams of being like a worldwide comedian, owning their own businesses, building better relationships with their family members, being able to actually pick up their kids and walk up the stairs versus not doing it. Right. And it really starts from building like the foundation. So when you guys do join our program, I want you guys to understand that we will put you in a position for success. So that means giving you stuff that you actually enjoy right off the bat. So like Carson likes to talk about this all the time. Fuck keto.
Fuck keto.
Fuck keto. Right. But the reason why we say that is because you can't stick to it. You're putting yourself on a diet plan that you can't enjoy, that you can't stick to. Why? Of course you're going to put on body fat back on.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Right? Like it takes me back to my first ever dieting phase. It takes me back to my first bodybuilding show. Being forced and told to only eat tilapia and green beans for 4 weeks straight. That was all I was allowed to eat. You're going to tell me that I'm not going to have some sort of skewed relationship with tilapia ever again? Like I still can't eat that fish. Like it did.
I did the same thing. I can't eat it anymore.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But I think unless you experience that, you don't know how to deal with real life people. And you said something really, really interesting. You can't go 0 to hero in a month, in a week, in a weekend. And I think when a lot of people are starting this, they try to do what they're not prepared for. Try to walk 10,000 steps a day. Try to eat what we consider a perfectly clean diet. No fun food. I don't like the idea of unhealthy, but no fun food and things like that. And they try to work out 6 days a week. And they try to do all of this without being like, where in the schedule am I going to play with my kids? Where am I going to spend time with my partner? Where am I going to drive to and from work? Where am I going to commute to and from the gym? How am I going to do this? Where am I going to fit this in? When am I going to food prep? How do I make this fit? How to make this work? Oh, I have a lunch meeting. Oh, I don't have time tonight. And they don't understand the real life capabilities. And so much of it is people think, and bless your souls, guys, but people think that they're capable of so much more. And I'm not saying you're not, but people don't understand where to start. And because they don't know where to start, they keep trying to do it like they're this pro athlete, like they've done it for 20 years, which is where the level are you and I are at. We've been doing it for so long. We know how to pick and play and put things in because our lifestyle is adaptable to that. But a lot of people don't even know where to get started. And because of the biggest reasons I think people don't know where to get started is they try to do too much too soon. They crash and they burn. They cheat on their diet. They try to be too much of a hero, too much of a perfectionist at the beginning. And as soon as that little bit of failure comes into play, they miss a workout, they screw up on their diet, they miss their steps, they have an off week, they fall into a rut, their old habits start to show up, they self-sabotage because they have no mental and emotional support of how to make it through something like that. And that's just this revolving door we see people on so much of the time. And I think where our program constantly, the reason we are at the top of the game, the reason people stay with us for so long is not because we just give them incredible results, but we actually coach them through all those little steps. And as I keep on meaning, it's so important to be met with where you're at. It's so important to understand, like, I've not picked up a weight in 5 years. I've not thought about what I need to eat for so long. I was just last week with, one of our people in our executive program, our VIP program, and just actually being there and talking with him and like seeing it and living with him for a week. What's his life like? How does he function? What's his meetings like? And things like this. And how does he said something to me that didn't really hit me until I like sat with it. He goes, I've just accepted that food has to suck. And I really have been processing that and thinking about that. And like, what did he mean by that? Well, I've been modifying my nutrition since I was 15 years old. So I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I've been playing with my nutrition to know what I need for my body. It's a habit. It's how my relationship with food is very different than probably someone who's never spent a day thinking about what they eat, thinking about what they're putting into their body, thinking how much they're eating. And that alone takes so much mental capacity and mental time and energy that you'd have to build up to. And no wonder you're going to make a mistake. No wonder you're going to have a screw up. And that's normal. And people don't understand that mistakes and errors are part of the journey. And you have to go through them. You have to live through them. And that's only going to happen by being guided through it so that when you make a mistake, when you have a slip up, you have someone there to be like, hey, it's okay. This is what we're going to do. Let's get back on track. Let's refocus. Tell me what thought happened. Okay, next time, let's try this instead. Let's do this instead. Let's coach you through it so you don't just live in this all or nothing mindset, never being able to actually grow through it and change. What's the biggest thing we've learned, Alex? This is all lifestyle. Every habit, the way that you breathe, sleep, eat, think comes down to fitness. Not that you have to be at the level that Alex and I are at, but to just understand how it fits into your life needs to become a daily awareness. And having the support that we provide changes the game for people.
Yeah. And the best way I can describe it, it's like, imagine you get a job, right? Most jobs have like a 90-day probation, right? Or any type of business, right? It takes a while to learn that skill. You're going to get someone to guide you, to teach you how to do your job correctly. It's the same thing when it comes down to losing weight, right? Or losing weight, putting on muscle, all that stuff, working out correctly. We have to teach you how to do this. And, you got to crawl before you run, crawl before you walk. But the positive note about that is that you're going to have a way easier of a time. It's not going to feel as overwhelming, and you're actually going to see progress. And when you see progress, that motivation shoots through the roof. Like we have one client, her name's Christina Banks. She always brags that when I joined your program, I stopped working out as much. I stopped doing as much cardio. I'm eating more food. I'm not pushing myself as hard. And she lost 60 pounds in a year. And she's just like, I can't believe that I am drastically not pushing myself as hard as I was before, and I'm getting better results. And the reason for that is because, like Carson said, you just don't understand how to do this. You only know what you know.
Yeah.
And that's where the benefit of joining what I call sometimes the ultimate fat loss program comes in, because it's made for you. It's made specifically for you to be put in a position of success. And when you're put in a position to be successful and you put the work in, the only result that you're going to get out of it and the only benefit is you're going to get some fucking damn results. That's what works. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So good. Why do you think, Alex, people should join our program over another one?
Yeah, I think the three things that really come out to me, like, you get experience. We know what we're talking about, and we're actually educated. We've taken the education, certifications, all of that to make sure that we put you in your place. Second is the program is based on the latest science according to you and what works for your body, right? So if you join the program, don't expect you're going to get the same program as everyone else, because you're not. It's very specific and it's tailored to you. And I think one of the benefits is we make it flexible to your lifestyle. You can still eat out. You can still enjoy your favorite food. You can still have alcohol here and there. You don't have to feel restricted throughout that process. And the third part, which I think is the most underestimated part about our program, and something that we probably need to do a better job talking about ourselves, because Patty said it here, we have a thriving community. Yeah. Imagine being surrounded by other people who are on the same journey as you, the same struggles, the same type of lifestyles, the same wins. People who are going to be in your corner being like, hey, you can do it too, because I did it. You got to be surrounded by people who've also done it. And I think that's important, because a lot of us don't have people who've gone through this journey in your life, who are not doing the same thing. So you need to be surrounded by people who can uplift you, to push you, to be like, hey, you know what? We can do it too. Yeah. That's the most important part.
I love it.
What about you, Carson? Anything you want to add to that?
I think I agree with everything you said. The two that really came to mind was obviously first our community. And, at the beginning, I didn't really see, when I was becoming an online coach, the power and the true support that comes from that. Being able to talk, express yourself, communicate, be a part of a group and a community where every person is going through the same types of struggles as you. And not just that, having people in our community that have been with us for 3-4 years, and people this is their first week, and everyone in between being there to support and cheer you on and say, hey, like, I felt like this, or I was like that, or hey, it's going to get better. Having those subtle reminders, because yes, people might look at us being coaches. Maybe we could sometimes get viewed as, robots or not real people, or like we're some sort of special breed. But sometimes I feel like having that speaking ear, that someone who's on the exact same journey as you, being like, hey, like, I'm working with these guys too. This is normal. This is okay. You're doing great. And that communal support is huge. I don't know how many times I hear people say, like, I don't have support in my family. Like no one really supports me. People are mocking me or making fun of me, or they just don't get it. And I think having that support is huge. And number two, I think the support that we give. I've been coached by other people in my life through my career, and you make a mistake and they just come down on you hard. They berate you, they beat you down, they shame you, they guilt you for making you feel bad. And so you're not supported when you make a mistake. And you almost develop this negative relationship with the situation or the mistake, or whatever it may be. Like people still to this day believe carbs are bad for them. Well, that's come from somewhere through some belief. But now with us, it's like every time my client makes a mistake, our clients make a mistake, it's like, hey, what happened? What's going on? What triggered you? What was your thought process for this? Why did you choose that? How mentally aware are you of your decisions? And I think the big thing that truly sets us apart is the mindset component that we work on with people, because that's where I believe change. I believe the mind leads everything. And the more we can control that, the more we can help that, the more we can support that, the more you can make better decisions and feel supported through those decisions and coached as to why you should make those decisions and educated on all of it. You're not just that, right? You know, I'm sure we've heard the saying before, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach a man a fish, you feed him for life. Well, that's a metaphor we try to really bring into our program. Teach you, educate you so that you can understand it. So that if you're in a position where maybe you can't get a hold of us, maybe whatever it may be, you know what to do. Or better yet, maybe you're out with friends and you can coach them, and you learn and adapt so much more. And I think that's what really sets us apart.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you got value from this, DM us personally and let us know. And like, if you're watching this too, if you're listening, and this is your sign to get started today and to reach out to myself or Coach Carson, DM us with the keyword I'm ready. And let's have a real serious discussion about how we can transform your life. Peace, love, and protein, guys. Hope you guys have the best fucking day ever. And we'll chat with all you soon.